myself, it will be too selfish. I learned to share, and that's why I'll keep on writing. And there's a fourth book that is on the way. And with him, Alan, I learned one thing, that he cares a lot of the world. Oh. He's worried about the world. He thinks that this world can be changed if people change. If people, rather than bombing each other, killing each other, if they can pass on food, if they can pass on nutrition, pass on nice therapies and opportunities to people and transform their lives, the whole conflict between humankind because of scarcity will change, because abundance will be the natural element that will be there because of sharing. And when we are fed well, when we are not sick, when we are able to fulfill all our desires, I think this world will become a happy place for sure. And Dr. Lim envisions the world like this.
So Dr. Lim is going to the nutritional side and helping them with both, of course, the health side and the money that comes if we promote.
Yeah, because he believes that life can be changed when we have good money coming our house.
Yeah.
If money is a blessed money that comes to our house, we get a lot of blessings. So when you give a product of DXN to somebody, okay, the product is going to do magic to him in some way or the other.
Yeah.
The person somewhere is going to bless you for introducing. And when you get your bonus the next month, you got a money that's not a cursed money. That's not something that somebody felt bad about. You got a blessed money.
Yeah.
And these accumulated blessings will transform your family, you transform your life, you transform your future.
That's true.
Yeah.
So because of DXN, a lot of families have been helped, no? Not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. And recently in Iraq, I listened to a video by the Middle East. They posted it there like yesterday. It's how do you become a crown ambassador when you are in a place where there's a lot of how do you call that, bombing, nearby countries are bombing, and they're growing. So really, I'm happy Dr. Lim is there. And true, I agree with you. Seldom can we see people like Dr. Lim. It's like he is the Elon Musk of DXN. Do you believe that? Huh? So can we give Dr. Lim a round of applause? Huh? So that you know, Dr. Rajesh is the writer of these 3 books. So because he's together with Dr. Lim regularly, he knows how his mind works. And let me ask you this question that we have been asking. We know, when I was starting way back 23 years ago, I was a newly graduated in college. No? I asked Dr. Lim, what is your plan, Dr. Lim? Is this really true? Can my income be really transferred to my wife or my children? Is this really true? And he said yes. And now you've been together with him for the past many years already. What is Dr. Lim planning about DXN with the next generation?
Yeah, so I think the framework for passing on inheritance has already been created. And everybody who's working right now is already working on the channel of passing on that inheritance of all your effort, which is not going to go in vain. When you do a job, you work, and that effort has gone in vain because you've been paid that month the salary. That's over, right? It's not going to pass on to the next generation. But in DXN, your effort, the time you put in to have a new prospect join you, is all going to be passed on to the next generation, your next of kin, right? Your next in the family. You're going to inherit efforts of your father, your mother. You're going to pass it on to your children. And when efforts are passed on, it's like a gear system which makes the next gear work better. And the life of our children will be much better, and with all the provision, with good food, with good education, with good company, with good opportunity. The future of DXN is very bright. Why? Because now we are a listed company, like we are now a public limited company. Okay, so we have, you can say, more authority. I cannot just close down and go away, because there are regulators who watch us, and we are responsible for everything we do, every act we do.
Yeah, we are an open book. The government knows what we're doing.
Absolutely, we will be audited, we will be questioned, everything. We cannot just make and fake anything. We are a company that will be watched, will be questioned, will be asked. Okay, and when it comes to the future, such a company, when you go for listing, and you only, who would want to invest in a company that does not have a future?
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when we go for a listing and we list a company on a stock exchange, you're actually giving the future to the world. Because now the company is beyond one person's capacity. It's the public that's going to see this company grow with the investment that comes in. That's why if you see, very recently we are coming up with factories and factories around. We are buying farmlands and farmlands around.
Yeah.
We're coming with products and products around. Okay, the network is just becoming bigger and bigger. And we are in the phase of the fastest growth cycle right now. And we are actually very soon with this pace, we're going to be a world leader.
Oh my God! So I've been watching Netflix telenovela, no, Korean telenovela, and I see there, how do you say this? The stockholders. No? So the stockholders, because we are a public company, the stockholders want to know where their money is going to, right? And DXN is doing, as you mentioned, about the factories. So let me deal more or ask more about these factories. I've heard that the #1 network marketing company in the world, we don't mention names, they have 6 factories. But they're #1, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us how many factories DXN has right now?
So you said the #1 has 6 factories. I think only India has 6 factories in DXN.
India alone already
India
has.
alone has 6 factories.
Oh my God.
neighboring country, Nepal, has a factory just recently we started. A neighboring country, Bangladesh, has a factory that recently started. We have factory in Dubai. We have factory in Mexico. We're having farmlands and processing units in Guyana. We're going to have factories in Peru, Bolivia. We have factories popping up everywhere.
Oh my
and
God.
don't forget, we have factory in Malaysia also. Okay, we have factories in China. We believe, Dr. Lim believes that everything should become local also. And because the demand is going to be so high that you will need to have factories to produce. It's like having kitchens to produce food, right? When the demand of the people are going to be more. So we're going to have factories that will give the processing plants. We're going to have farmlands that are going to cultivate. And then we're going to have more number of networks who are going to distribute.
That's why I'm asking this, because I've been with the industry for so many years already, over 20 years, over 2 decades, and I see a lot of networking companies popping up. And do you know what? They just buy from a factory, and then they just change the brand of their bottle, and then they close down, and then they open another one. DXN is building factories.
Yes.
What? So I'm more convinced, I'm more, motivated. Because why will DXN build a lot of factories? If we close down, what will happen to those factories? Are they gonna sell it? See, so to all my partners, DXN members, DXN is really doing the right thing, giving us more motivation. That why will you build over 10, 15, over 15, at least 15 factories as of the moment? No? And the #1 is only 6. We are in for a very big bang in the future.
You see, Alan, recently, we did not even expect, last 2 years back, we started experimenting on a beverage called kombucha. Okay? So when we did that, we did an experiment and we started brewing kombucha. We started with 1 liter and we found it doing well. The doctor told to brew a little more. Then we did around 5 liters. 5 liters became 10 liters, 10 liters became 20 liters. By now, we became the largest factory in India that brews almost 25,000 liters of kombucha every day. So that's how fast we brew. We brew kombucha.
What is kombucha?
So kombucha is a probiotic drink made with your black tea. It's a fermented black tea infused with what we call a SCOBY, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, which is very healthy. So if normal curd has around 3 to 4 lactobacillus, which are good for your gut, a kombucha would have around 50 of those.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's
can we highlight it again? The usual drink?
The normal curd, your curd,
lactobacillus,
if you could have around 3 or 4 lactobacillus variant in curd, kombucha would have 50 of those.
Wow.
So you can imagine.
This will be a very big product.
Yeah. So now in India, we are the most affordable brand of kombucha. In the network industry, nobody else has this. And second, we are the largest factory to produce this.
Wow.
Okay? And this was nowhere in the card that we were going to do that. But now, since it's becomes a beverage, that doctor wanted to replace the other, aerated drinks that people drink. It's not good for the gut, always drinking those aerated drinks. Doctor wanted to come back with that wrong drink with something that is a good drink.
So, can you explain to us? Is it like the cold?
Yeah, you just open the bottle and drink. That's it.
Is it cold? Drink cold?
Yeah, you can put it into the fridge and you can put some ice on it and you can drink. You can search for DXN kombucha and you'll know more about it.
So we can search, we can tell people why buy Coke when you can drink this healthily.
So, Alan, one thing we are going to do is we're going to always prove that you all are going to be ignorant and you are going to learn more and more.